chubby cheeks, dimple chin, rosy lips, teeth within, curly hair, very fair, eyes are blue, lovely too, teacher's pet, is that you? Yes, yes, yes.
Colourism. Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically amongst people of the same ethnic or racial group. Ever since I've been visiting family back in India, since the past 20 years, there are a few reoccurring themes I never leave without experiencing. A wedding, pretty constant diarrhea till I leave, and seeing almost all the members of my family, men and women, using some sort of skin whitening product, whether it be a face cream, deodorant or body cream. It felt like this constant obsession from a group of people that were naturally pigmented, always trying to fight their biology. Within the marketing industry, dark skin became synonymous and a representation of unhappiness, feeding the idea that without fair skin as a crutch, you won't be able to succeed in life. Speaking to my best friend who's having a little self-love and care in India, we began talking about the issue of colourism and India's favouritism towards lighter skin. We decided to question this idea and wondered if this was truly a strand of self-hate left behind by colonizers, or it's more of this mentality that you need to be white to be anyone in India. Like the British did, they created a value and merit system based on the fairness of your skin tone, and this is what we intend to explore. Chapter 1. The History of Colourism. When the British, the last of the outsiders to rule India, arrived, they constructed their own historical narrative, with white and fair people at the top of the chain. This narrative argued the Aryans, fairer and lighter in skin, caused the extinction of the native Indus Valley residents, allegedly darker in complexion. Romila Thapar, in A History of India, proposes an alternative history to this, that there was a steady migration and not an invasion. According to Thapar, there was not much difference in skin tone between the two groups. The next major defining period in Indian history is the Mughal Empire. It held sovereignty of the subcontinent until the British arrived in 1857. The art that originated from this period portrays royal and noble people as fair-skinned. However, it should be noted that the Mughals came from the Arabic and Persian belt and were naturally fairer than the majority of the native Indian population. The most interesting trend in these paintings is the difference between how men and women are portrayed. While some of the male labourers and artisans are depicted as dark-skinned, the majority of women are depicted as fair-skinned. The lack of visibility for darker-skinned females questions if they were excluded from being portrayed in paintings during this period. If so, this notion still persists within modern-day Bollywood and its preference for lighter-skinned actresses. Chapter 2. Colourism in TV and Bollywood. Colourism is deeply embedded in India's film industry, from the background dancers in the music videos of chart-topping songs to the main roles. The fairer the skin, the better your chances of being cast in them. Music videos accompany the release of any film in Bollywood these days. They are uploaded to YouTube and gain as easy as 500 million plus views in the first few days. The videos mainly feature the main characters, but what is more noticeable are the background dancers. Even if the film is set in India, the music videos feature white female dancers accompanying the main female actress. The popular song Aankh Mare features mostly white female background dancers with the leading female actress, who is Indian. In contrast, the male background dancers with the main male actors are all Indian. The song Chittiyan Kalaiyan, released in 2015, literally translates to Unsurprisingly, the background dancers in the music video are white females. Another interesting trend among song lyrics is the recycling of the same concepts done over generations. Take the song from the film Suhag, released in 1994. In 2016, the song Kala Chashma was released as part of the film Bar Bar Dekho. With the addition of white background dancers and the conceptual idea behind it, dark sunglasses on your fair face, not much has changed in the way of colorism then it seems. A concept conceived in 1994 reoccurring in 2016. Awarding the main role to the light-skinned actor affects everyone in the industry. Perhaps the most notable name to call out within the industry over its colorism issue is Nandita Das.
ऐसे भैया इस टैन से हम पैदा हुए हैं और इसी टैन में मरेंगे. Everywhere you have light-skinned women in a country that's 90% this skin. So what is the message you're sending out? That you're just not good enough.
This mindset is then propagated into our songs, stories and movies. Chapter 3. British Influences. When the British arrived, they used white and fair superiority to enforce a power hierarchy in which they were naturally at the top. They utilized the caste system to promote a difference between the citizens of India based not only on religion and occupation, but on skin color as well. They made sure to enforce the difference between themselves and the Indians too. Entry to institutions of education and restaurants, for instance, was banned for Indians within India. When the British did provide employment opportunities, lighter-skinned Indians were given a preference. A British Army officer who kept a history of the Indian Army wrote, "Reasons for preferring northerners were largely racial." To Kipling contemporaries, the taller and fairer a native, the better man he was likely to be. Churchill's famous remark, "I hate Indians, they are a beastly people with a beastly religion," accurately summarizes the racial hatred that the British brought to the subcontinent. Considering the history of fair-skinned superiority, it should come as no surprise why a 10 million skin whitening industry persists in India today. India has been under the rule of various empires over the century. Its long-held history of being colonized by light-skinned oppressors, first the Persian, the Mughals, and then the British. This could explain the systematic association of fairness with beauty and power. As a result of colorism, many dark-skinned people in India feel underrepresented, and on the basis of what exactly? Cultural historical narratives? Corporate profit? Celebrity endorsements? The British Raj may have ended in 1947, but the notion still persists. History, industry, and the commerce of India are responsible in perpetuating colorism. For change to occur, the film industry needs to actively cast darker characters in main and powerful roles. This includes celebrities who must first acknowledge their privilege over the Indian public and decide whether the best they can give their fans is a cream that promises to make them fairer. Corporate giants like Nivea, Fair & Lovely, and Anami must question whether a profit is worth promoting a detrimental and unhealthy mentality.